I'm going to read these questions that are coming from the CompTIA SecAI Plus, and I'm going to give you time to answer those questions. And then we're going to go through the reasons why that's the answer to the question. Let's start off with Q1. An organization deploys an AI based intrusion detection system. The system flags network traffic that deviates significantly from established baseline behavior. Without relying on any previously labeled attack data, which machine learning paradigm best describes this approach? Is it A, supervised learning because the model was trained on historical network data? Is it B, reinforcement learning because the model adjusts rules based on detection outcomes? Is it C, unsupervised learning because the model identifies anomalies without labeled examples? Is it D, transfer learning because the model was pre trained and fine tuned on network traffic? The answer is C, unsupervised learning. Think of it like a bank fraud team that doesn't have a list of known fraud patterns. They just watch anything that looks weird and compare it to normal. No one told the system that no one told the system what the threat looks like. It learned what normal looks like, and anything outside of that was flagged. Why is this correct? Unsupervised learning works with unlabeled data and finds hidden patterns or anomalies on its own. So if you look at A, supervised learning requires labels. So that was one of the key words in there, is that it said that it didn't have any labeled data. And then B, reinforced learning, it learns through reward and penalties. Those are your key words right there. But we didn't have that one in this question. And then D, transfer learning is a training technique reusing the pre-trained model, not a detection paradigm. Question 2. A security researcher is analyzing a new strain of malware. Rather than manually extracting file features like API calls, byte entropy, and import tables, the team feeds raw binary files directly into a model that automatically learns which features are relevant. Which statement best explains why deep learning is preferred over traditional machine learning in this scenario? Is it A, deep learning requires less training data than traditional ML models? Is it B, deep learning automatically extracts features from raw data, eliminating manual feature engineering? Is it C, deep learning models are more interpretable and easier to explain to stakeholders? Or is it D, deep learning uses reinforcement signals to improve detection accuracy? The answer is B, automatic feature extraction. With traditional machine learning, a human expert has to decide what clues to look for, like check if this file imports from a Windows API. Deep learning skips that step. You just feed it the raw files and it figures out what matters on its own. That's a huge advantage when threats evolve faster than an expert can keep up. So why is it correct? The single most tested distinction between deep learning and traditional machine learning on the SecAI Plus exam is feature engineering. Traditional ML requires a human to manually define and extract features before training. Deep learning neural networks learn the features themselves directly from raw data through their hidden layers. The scenario describes exactly this: raw binaries in, no manual features extracted. The reason why it's not A is because the opposite is true. Deep learning typically requires larger data sets than traditional MLs to perform well. C, that's wrong because deep learning models are generally considered a black box, less interpretable than traditional machine learning models like decision trees or random forests. And reinforcement signals describes reinforcement learning, not deep learning. These are separate paradigms. Question 3. A threat actor group is using AI to conduct a business email compromise campaign. The AI system analyzes a target executive's writing style, recent calendar events, and known business relationships, then drafts convincing wire transfer requests that appear to come from the CEO. Which AI capability is the attacker primarily leveraging? Is it A, supervised ML classification to identify high value targets? B, generative AI to produce contextually convincing fraudulent content? C, unsupervised clustering to group potential victims by organization? D, a convolutional neural network to analyze email header images? The answer is B, generative AI. The attacker isn't just detecting or classifying something, they are creating something, a convincing email. Why is this correct? Generative AI creates new content by learning patterns from training data. Question 4. A hospital security team needs to deploy an AI model to analyze patient records for insider threat detection. Due to HIPAA requirements, all protected health information, PHI, must remain within the organization's on premises infrastructure. Which solutions best meets both the security and compliance requirements? Is it a large language model accessed via third party cloud API with TLS encryption in transit? Is it B, a cloud hosted LLM in a HIPAA compliant environment with a signed BAA? Or maybe it's C, a small language model deployed on premises within the hospital's network? Or maybe it's D, a transformer model fine tuned using federated learning across multiple hospital branches? The answer is C, small language model on premises. HIPAA says patient data cannot leave your control. Even if the data is encrypted going into the cloud, it still physically leaves the building and touches someone else's servers. An SLM runs entirely inside the hospital's own network. The data never leaves. Question 5. A security engineer is configuring a AI powered SOC assistant. They need the assistant to only respond to security related queries, never reveal its internal instructions, always output responses in a structured JSON format, and refuse requests outside its defined scope. Which component should the engineer configure to enforce these behaviors? Is it a user prompt template with explicit instructions added before each query? Is it B, the model's temperature setting lowered to reduce response variability? Is it C, the system prompt defining roles, constraints, and output format rules? Is it D, the embedding layer trained on organizational specific security documentation? The answer is C, system prompt. Think of the system prompt as the employee's handbook that the AI reads before it ever talks to anyone. It defines the rules, what topics are allowed, what format is used, and what to refuse. The end user never sees it. It's the primary control that shapes every response the model gives. And it's also the main target when the attackers try to jailbreak or hijack the AI. Why this is correct. The system prompt is the necessary security control in any LLM development. It's not A because it's not A because user prompts are visible to the end user and submitted per query. They are not a reliable or persistent security control.